Alright guys, alright. I just actually got around to watching Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I'm going to do a review. Now this is going to be non-spoilers, and I'm going to talk about the movie because I actually enjoyed it. I know, weird. Look, obviously The Matrix was what it was, right? It was a cash grab. It was okay. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. With Ghostbusters Afterlife, I loved it. So backstory for me, I grew up watching the Ghostbusters. I have the DVD, the 2-disc DVD out in the lounge room right now, where it has Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2 on 2 CDs, on DVDs. I watch them every now and then. I love the show. The reason it took me so long to get around to watching Afterlife was because I was concerned. I was a little concerned that they were going to ruin it, that it was going to be just ruined. Even though it is the son of the director, I was concerned. But that said, and look, obviously Gosar is back. I thought, oh God, this is just going to be a rehash of the first one, and everything like that. Yes, Gosar is back. Yes, the demon dogs are back. The terror dogs are back. But this is not a rehash of the same story, okay? They don't go to the top of a building and fight Gosar, who spawns a 400-foot, 200-foot marshmallow man. This is different. This is a different ending. I'm not going to get into it, but it is slightly different how they defeat Gosar, and it's actually really, really interesting. Yes, the original cast that are still presently with us are in it. There is a reference, we'll call it a reference, to the fallen, obviously, Inga Spangler. But yeah, I don't want to get into too much details about that. But yes, the original cast are there in references or in original form. Even, you know, like the secretary, she's there. Sigourney Weaver turns up at the end. She's in the credits. Bill Murray is in it. Obviously Ray, the black guy, he's in it. Dan Aykroyd is in it, and it was actually really good. It's a new story using the same bad guy from the first one, which, okay, it's like fine nostalgia. But at the end of the day, it is a really good storyline behind it. There's a really good character arc, which I want to get into. These characters, they're not Mary Sue's. This is the biggest problem that we've always had with things like, for example, Star Wars, right? You know, there have always been arguments that the new Star Wars is that she's a Mary Sue. In this, Phoebe's character, you actually see her progress. The first time she takes on a ghost, she fails. The second time she takes on a ghost, she blunders it and almost wipes out half a town. Third time she takes on a ghost, they do a bit better. And you actually see her progressively getting better and better and better with the proton pack and actually learning how to use it. Obviously, the kid that's standing next to her in the image, he's obviously podcast. You see him learning how to do this sort of stuff, right? There's no Mary Sue's, so to speak, in it. You could probably make the argument that their learning curve was pretty steep and that they all managed to learn all this sort of stuff over a couple of day period, which is maybe a little bit unrealistic. But it's a story. It's a Hollywood, right? I'm not going to criticize them for that because at the end of the day, obviously, the last thing we want is 45 minutes to an hour of them learning how to use a proton pack. Ecto-1 is back in it, as you see in the image. There are some modifications to Ecto-1 that obviously Spangler's character has done over the years. There is a reason why Spangler has gone to this. It's pretty much what we suspected it was going to be. Not going to say because at the end of the day, obviously spoilers. But yeah, it's pretty much what we suspected it was going to be. The trailer sort of gives it away a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's pretty much what we expected. But they make references to the original one. They make references to the dates. They make references to the existing Gosar and what happened in New York. Obviously, the kids have to learn about their grandfather. This whole discovery when it comes to learning about this house and what's in it and the traps and stuff like that. It's actually really, really frigging well done. I liked it. It goes for like 2 hours. 2 hours and 15 minutes, I think it was. I loved it. I really, really did. I think they did an amazing job with nostalgia and tying back the references, but also keeping it a little bit different, keeping it a little bit fresh, and at the end of the day, it's, the mother who's obviously, who the terror dogs are going to possess and everything like that. There's a little bit of, hey, like, wow, I didn't see this coming. But at the end of the day, the mothers sort of have this whole skeptic point of view on science, and Phoebe's obviously really into the science, and and her brother that you see in the photo, he's really into the cars and mechanics and stuff like that. You could probably make the argument that he's a bit of a what's the male version of a Mary Stew? But he learns to fix the car with when he's like 15 years old, which is a little bit unrealistic, I suppose, but maybe. But, like I say, it's generally pretty grounded, considering it's dealing with ghosts and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I loved it. I actually had a really good time watching this. It wraps the story up really, really well. It has a very good homage to, obviously, Ian Spengler's character, who has obviously since passed away since the second one, which is kind of disappointing that you didn't get to see this. But at the end of the day, yeah, it is actually really, really well done, and I think they did an amazing job. And I'd really like to credit Ivan. Is it Ivan Written? It's the son. He's done an amazing job, and at the end of the day, I think, yeah, if you have a chance, go and see it if you haven't already. Personally, I think it was very well done. Yeah. Guys, I loved it. I really, really did. I think it's definitely worthwhile checking out. Apart from that, they obviously have set up for a sequel. There is a scene. There's after credits scene, and then there's also the before credits scene. So there's two things that you need to see. The first one before credits is obviously with Sigourney Weaver and Bill Murray, and the second one is obviously dealing with the old firehouse. So obviously watch that, because that does set up for a sequel. But yeah, really well done with the storyline. I think I did an amazing job. I think that it really does wrap up the story arc for Spengler's character, and it does show that he was dedicated right to the end to fighting Gosar and these ghosts. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Obviously, this video has been helpful. Please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I really loved it. Go and see it. Go and watch it. Let me know if you have what you thought in the comment section below. But at the end of the day, yeah, I think it was an amazing job. Have a great night and enjoy, everybody.